It's time to turn things up. This pre-workout combination of Expedite and Aerobatine is the Fat Attack Stack from Snack. I usually take both about 15 to 20 minutes prior to my workout. It's the perfect time to get after it.
Hey, Martinez with Fly Hook TV. I'm here with Bernard Hopkins once again.
Yes.
How are you, Bernard?
I'm fine. Just finished the weigh-in. Nobody had to work off any weight or just say pounds. But this is a thing of professionalism, and we've seen it, just now. I'm looking forward for tomorrow, especially the main event, and that to me is going to set the stage for the next challenge, the next fight.
A lot of people are saying, and I want you to answer this, Bernard, why is this the toughest fight for Vergil Ortiz Jr.?
Because the quick answer, styles, right? The second answer is he's not in there with an opponent, right? To me, if it's not the toughest, it's right there, no less or lower than 2. But I see the same thing that everyone else see. I see a fight that he's definitely going to get challenged. He's definitely going to get tested more ever than he ever did before. I'm speaking to that myself because I seen and know the opponent he's fighting. And I don't even know, I shouldn't even say opponent. A person that's a top respected contender who can easily be a champion if he fight anyone else.
Vergil's a KO artist. We all know that. Is there pressure coming on for tomorrow night that he has to have a knockout?
I think he's working on not letting it be pressure from the last fight, the fight before him, because I think that he built that reputation. And look, he got power. You can fall in love with power, especially when you're young, and I see that he sees that it's never going to always be the case. So I think that consciously, and I can't give up too much of what I know, but I'm going to be honest. Consciously, fights are getting more challenging for him to now add more skill, which he do have, to the power. Power is not made, it's created by how you punch and the way you punch. And I think he's learning. That's part of the professional and growing up to be eventually a seasoned veteran. He's not going to knock everybody out. This is a test. Tomorrow is a test to see can he crack the safe of this tough top contender.
Ugas is no joke.
Not opponent.
Yeah, he's no joke.
Top.
Let me call
top
something.
3.
Oh yeah, easily, even on the rankings. Vergil Ortiz Sr. yesterday, or just recently, I saw that.
He can fight too.
Oh yeah, I know his dad. Yeah. His dad does have some in him.
Yo.
His dad said that we won't see the best of Vergil yet until probably 5 more years, 26, 27 or 28. Right now he's 23. You agree or disagree?
His dad know him. I mean, when you go to, you talking 26, right? Or 25, right? He's 23 now. Think about
he's 23.
It. He said 4 to 5 years from now. Look at the math. Upper 20s, right? If you didn't have a long, extensive, and turn pro early, like most Mexican fighters do, 15, 16, look at Canelo, look when he turned pro. There's an early burnout. This ain't the case here, even though Vergil had many fights young and came into boxing probably with diapers on. I see the late blooming, but not in a way of learning to be what he should have done 2-3 years ago. To be able to pace, mentally still be motivated and active, but pace himself for a late round or a one-sided decision. Those attributes come as time go on. So I agree with his father. I say about 25 to 26-ish, 27, we're gonna see a whole new different mentality. People grow, or should grow, in sports and life based on their maturity as they get older.
Yes. Bernard, I'm gonna change the page real quick. Yesterday you were talking about...
I spoke about it. Listen, Errol Spence is one of the top 3 hottest fighters, higher up in that top 3, depending on who you ask and talk to. I said my suspicions and my reason, being in the game so long, not surprised by any shenanigans that might happen, alleged, true, or in between. Maybe, maybe not. But I questioned the week before. Show me a sparring tape. Show me something that created this episode, this particular conversation that we're having. Because I'm getting asked questions from fighters from different parts of the East Coast, traveled the West Coast recently before I got here. And the first thing people ask me, you know, what do you think happened and week before and blah, blah, blah. I said, listen, do it falls on a smell test? But I don't want to be the first one, which I believe I was, to speak candidly about it and straight up, because I like to give fans who I think is very intelligent, but also there's some potential hoodwinks or already got hoodwinked slow learners out there. So I'm educating them in the same token, letting them know that everything don't have to be what's fed to you, what it is. Something to think about. And if something come out of that conversation where now you're getting information more than whatever Band-Aid or bandage, whatever showed, whatever, then you make your decisions and then you follow it from there. But I'm a person about, we gotta go further if it means that much to anybody in any situation. If you tell me something, now you gotta show me. I think the fans in the world deserve, not because of missing basically almost 90% of boxing last year, correct?
Yeah, a lot.
And now
during the pandemic.
You got your, can you imagine, I heard this happen to you allegedly. The date didn't show up because you was ready and you was all dressed up. I heard had a nice haircut, smiling. And next thing you know, you got stood up. This is a stood up in boxing. And a stood up in boxing, if it's true, if it's not true, is something that I think that what makes our fans have a hot and cold relationship with us. A hot and cold relationship with us. I want them to be hot all the time. I want it all. I want it all when it comes to the promoter side, when it comes to boxing side. I want it all. I want it always to be on hot.
Bernard.
Thermostat.
Bernard, so you're telling me that you would like to see evidence, maybe like an X-ray or MRI, something that Errol Spence. That would be my first question for you,
But listen,
Bernard.
I think the fans, I think I already said it, but I'll say it again, even though I feel like I'm repeating myself from yesterday. I think I was really clear on telling the world why this fight didn't happen. I think the credibility comes when you show. Exhibit 1. See, I'm a showing person. I'm not I'm not going to tell you what happened, and you got to take my word for it. Not that I'm saying you shouldn't. But if I show you, I don't have to do too much speaking. So we can shut everybody up that think the same way or label it as a theory. Then there's a doctor who had to diagnose that situation, correct?
Yes.
Well, that doctor exists, correct?
Has to.
Well, let the doctor reveal himself. And then we'll do this again one day.
Let me backtrack
I
real
believe
quick.
doctors.
We all should. We all should, especially what's going on right now. But Bernard, let me rewind. Obviously, you've been in many fights. You've been in camps many times. That tear in his retina, could he probably felt it weeks before, or did he just? What do you think? Like he could have.
If you felt,
obviously, he couldn't. I mean,
what?
It would have been really tough for him to go into a fight knowing about that. Could he still probably made it to the fight? Could he probably? My question for you, I guess.
I know what your question is. Your question is hypothetical, because you're saying when you have that type of injury, it's painful, it's this, it's that. But I go back to before. Did you see the sparring session?
That leaked?
Did you see the sparring session? Did you see his eye?
I need to go back and check it.
No. You seen his sparring session, but you didn't see the eye, but you need to go back and check it. Either you seen that and you seen the other, or you just seen clippings of a sparring session that maybe don't attach to the incident, allegedly, if it happened or not. I want to talk to the doctor. See, in sports, not just boxing, we're in the Jerry Jones neighborhood. If a player gets hurt, and you just set up a slow ball in a fast game, and I got to grand slam it. Yeah, I got every base loaded, first, second, and third. And you telling me you seen A, but hypothetical, if this happened, wouldn't it be kind of hard? How I'm gonna even speak on that? Because before we get to either side, you have to look at, here it is, I'm gonna show the world of boxing, the fans, that I ain't just letting Pacquiao sit on the shelf again at 40-something years old, and then gotta start the motor back up, say 3 or 4 or 5 months up. That's like a year for an Asian fighter.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of this, there's a lot of chess, but most people are thinking checkers. I play chess.
A lot of fans were honestly looking forward for Pacquiao Spence.
Absolutely.
Now we have Ugas Spence. Ugas versus Pacquiao, Pacquiao versus Ugas. Is that still an explosive fight? Break that down for us.
I'd rather have Spence and Pacquiao than anybody else. Second or third or fourth. I'm not going to say the guy ain't no fighter, or he don't have no experience, or he ain't capable. Every 20-something years you see an upset. When the last time we seen a major upset? It was Mike Tyson, to my knowledge. Yeah, people got beat in between that, but no, the historic one was that. I don't feel that in this one. I think Pacquiao is going to show his veteranness on how he adjusts mentally. Pacquiao's more in danger than his opponent because it's a new opponent.
That's a change.
Not new fighter, but a new mindset. See, some fighters can go in there and want to kill another fighter, but he got a different opponent. He just want to hurt him. There's a difference between kill and hurt.
My opinion, but obviously I'm not no fighter. Haven't been in the ring. I thought Ugas was gonna have it harder because obviously Pacquiao's experience. It's the quickest fighter out there. Different angles, has power in both of his hands. But now you're telling me, obviously you have a lot of knowledge in the ring. Why does that Pacquiao has to be more on his toes this time around?
Because he's Pacquiao. Who haven't he seen? What style he haven't faced? What challenge? What emotions? High, low, in the middle. Pacquiao's seen everything that I've seen, and probably even more. So Pacquiao has the burden now of not falling to the level of his opponent. He has the level, let me say it again, I speak a little fast, it's the New York quickness, but I'm in Philly.
No.
People think New York sometimes because they don't know I'm from Philly.
I completely understand.
But let me go back again. See, Pacquiao has the higher burden. Anybody else, if it's not Spence or on that level of Errol Spence, we talking a different conversation. So all eyes on Pacquiao, how he reacts to this whole new change. Being a veteran, he know what to do. He's not going to fight the same way he prepared to fight Errol Spence, because it's not Errol Spence.
Bernard, I was so ready to see that fight, Pacquiao versus Spence. I guess we're gonna have to wait now.
No, you had to write everything. Well, this is recorded. You had to show people both sides, and then let the winners of the fight stand out and get their accolades. So I wanted to say it just as bad as you wanted to say it. the fans that's watching this disagree or agree with me or whatever they think. One thing we do have an agreement on, I believe, we all wanted to see this fight. And that's what it's all about, my opinion.
Bernard, thank you so much again.
Always.
Thank you for taking the time. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much.